Basically, you just want to take the board and take your time and set it in there and see how things are going to fit and kind of pre-plan. I kind of like to center it the best I can and then keep it towards the back as much as I can, and see what plastic posts need to be cut out. I don't cut out any more than I have to, and some of them you can even reuse. Matter of fact, the posts I do cut off, I file them down and re-glue them down, and I use them as standoffs for the motherboard when I put it in. So you want to try to save 4 of them when you cut them off, because they, will reshape and refit them to hold the board in. Just see which ones need to go bye-bye. Magic marker, like I know that one needs to go, that one needs to go. Unfortunately, this back one also needs to go, so instead of 6 screws holding the top down, it'll only be 5, which is more than enough, but there's no getting around cutting that back one off. That one needs to go. That one needs to go. And let's see here. Now, them two we definitely got to save for the power and reset. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think I reused that one to hold the USB. It's been a little while since I built one. But yeah, I'll start dremeling some of these posts off. Ones for sure I know I don't need. And my favorite thing to use, of course, the Dremel tool. Got to have a Dremel. That really works well. I love these little cutting discs. They're real thin, and it's amazing what they'll cut. I mean, they'll cut just about anything, metal, plastic. They work quite well. So you do have to buy quite a few of them. They do break somewhat easy, so buy a whole package of them, because you'll break a few as you're cutting. But yeah, I love these little cutting discs. They work quite well. It's a start anyway. Took the Dremel tool and started chopping off ones I know I don't need. Of course, I'll take the grinder and file these down nice and smooth and try to make it somewhat pretty. In the really tight spots, I find just a regular hacksaw blade works quite well. You gotta take your time. You might want to wear a glove, because these are kind of sharp. Of course, another thing that helps is files and whatever it takes to shape and form to get things the way you want it. I try to keep it as neat and clean as I can, but of course sometimes the Dremel tool does slip a little bit. You might nick a spot here and there, but it's on the inside, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, this thing can get away from you once in a while as you're dremeling things out. So the work continues. There, as you can see, I removed most of the standoffs the plastic standoffs I didn't need, and I smoothed it out with the Dremel tool. And now the motherboard can very easily sit down in there real nice. I usually like to center it as much as possible and take advantage of these vents to give it as much airflow as I possibly can. This build I was going to try and use the back faceplate, but Intel kind of makes it chintzy. It's just a piece of tin. It don't look very nice, and I think I'm going to do it the way I used to do it, and that is very carefully cut whatever holes I need in the back for the USB ports, the monitor, audio, very carefully cut out the holes little by little. That's probably the hardest part to do. Usually what I do is I start out with a smaller hole and just keep dry fitting it, and using I bought this little file kit. It's got flat, round, triangle, square, and just slowly work on each hole until it fits. That's probably the most time-consuming part of the project, is getting everything to fit. And then, like I said before, you want to save some of these little posts that you cut off. And what you'll do is take Dremel tool, files, knife, whatever, and you'll make yourself a standoff. And I'll super glue it to the bottom wherever needs to hold the motherboard. Of course, you got to sand it down till you get the right height. Very time consuming. You'll just have to take your time, whatever it takes. A lot of whittling, sanding, filing. It's part of the fun. It's not something you build in one day anyway. Well, I do believe I'm making some progress. I decided to try and use that back plate this time, just for, I think it would look nicer. Everything's starting to fit and come together halfway decent. Trying to be gentle here. There we go. That fits in there pretty good. It's a little tight, but I like tight. That's how it's going to look in the end. Not quite sure how I'm going to finish filling that in, but I'll figure out something. But the back is starting to look pretty good. A lot of filing, a lot of touch-ups here and there. The only downside to this is handling the motherboard a lot. I try not to, you want to try to avoid electrostatic discharge and all that stuff, but I haven't wrecked one yet. But everything seems to be fitting. I picked out 4 nice these. I can make the standoffs to hold the board. I still got to whittle on them a little bit, but I do believe I'm making some progress. Everything's starting to take some shape.